know why Bush was able to do the shit he did? Because he fucked you. He played you. He played on your emotions. He played on your fear. Me personally, it wasn't a big deal to me because it's nothing new for me. I'm black and I know better. Alright? I've seen this shit before. It's what they do. I'm used to the fucked up American government. I understand that most Americans is some sort of shock to them, but it really shouldn't be. It's not like we don't have history books, motherfucker. Shit. Reagan. But he was able to do all that shit because he fucking played you. He had your support. Obama can't even pass fucking healthcare. You know why? Because you left him out in the fucking cold and you expected him to work magic like some sort of goddamn wizard. No shit, poor people don't have healthcare. Because you don't give a fuck. I mean, of course the president is gonna pass all this shit. Nobody shows up to support him. Everybody showed up to vote for him, acted like they cared. You know, it's kind of like Tupac. You know, everybody was with him. Everybody was like, oh, we love you. You're our homie. And as soon as he turned his fucking back, they shot him like they didn't even know him. That's pretty much how that shit is. You voted for him. You pretended you gave a fuck about him. But when he tries to push something through that's going to help you, you say fuck him. And you leave him out in the cold. So yeah. Obama's not gonna get shit pushed through, and he's gonna seem like a fucking liar, and when it's time to re-vote for him, you're probably not. And then you'll probably vote for one of these Republican assholes. Not that I think all Republicans are assholes. I actually think Ron Paul's pretty good, and I sort of like the rich guy. I know nobody likes Mitt, but I fucking like him. Because I feel like if he's already rich, he doesn't need to take bribes. You know, all I really want is people to give a fuck one day about the place where they live, about their home, about the people who live in it, because good men died for you to live here. My unit had deaths. My unit was featured on the news many times because of guys getting hurt, people dying. Everyone I know is a veteran, and we've all done multiple tours, you know, in war, and shit, I'm still in my 20s. I was doing that shit in my teens. You understand? So, you know, it's nothing for me to fight. It's nothing for me to kill. It's nothing for me to die. My view on killing and death is way different from what yours is. To me, dying just means I don't have to go to work in the morning. I know it seems like the end to you, but to a warrior, the first thing we learn is how to die. So if you need help with these oath breakers spraying you with pepper spray and attacking you and hurting your children, just say something. Because they're in the wrong. This is your country. These are your freedoms. And people are here to help you. People are in place, you know, to benefit you. And you can feel free to ask us for your help if your children are being hurt. You can ask us for help if you feel that the people in power are abusing their authority. We're here for you. That's what we do. That's what we train to do. Me and most of my brothers feel that way. We don't get along with this whole establishment. I mean, we never questioned them because, you know, we fought for the United States. We were under orders. We never broke our oath. We understood what discipline meant. We understood what restraint meant. And we still do. I mean, we don't have to because we're civilians now. We can do whatever we want. We can just sit around and watch reality television like everyone else. But, you know, some of us choose not to. Some of us choose to train every day. And if you need help, like I said, all you have to do is ask. You know, I remember seeing a video a while back. It was kind of when I knew things were over. You know, things were really fucked up. You can look it up on the internet. You can just type in "don't tase me, bro," and you'll see it. It's actually quite comical. But if you take a look at it, it shows a problem in America. The guy at a John Kerry speech, I guess he asked John Kerry a somewhat inappropriate question. And instead of responding to it, John Kerry kind of just sat back and watched while the guy was attacked by security and they tased the fucking shit out of him. They didn't just subdue the guy. They tased him way after he surrendered. They fucked him up. And the people in the audience just sat back and watched. Let me tell you something. That's a problem. If you take a look at any sort of civil rights thing where people just sat back and watched, there were real issues that needed to be hashed out. That's kind of when I knew things were real fucked up in my country. When that guy was screaming in front of a crowd of people, "Don't tase me, you know, that I've surrendered, I'm done," and no one reacted to his struggles, that's a fucking problem. That sort of cowardice shouldn't exist in a free society. Not that I hate those people that were there watching and that they were cowards, but I understand the kid asked an inappropriate question, but come the fuck on. If you see a free citizen being attacked like that by authorities, they should have done something. I don't think I can sit and watch that. You know, if I'm at some sort of presidential debate or speech or something, and I see a guy being attacked like that by security and no one doing anything, listen, those security guards are going to have some real problems in a few seconds, because that shouldn't be allowed. And the fact of the matter is, if Kerry wanted to win, he should have just told the security to get the fuck off of him, and he'd have been a hero. And that type of stuff is bullshit. You know, I'm black. I fucking know better. Because I sat around and watched that type of shit happen to black people all my goddamn life. And it used to be that we did something about it, but nowadays nobody does anything about anything. Americans have become so docile that it's just disgusting. It's like watching animals in a cage lose their instincts. And let me tell you something about your country that you may or may not know. Black people are the test group for things in your country, because they're a section of society that no one cares about. And because, you know, we're all kind of programmed not to care about black people. You know, you turn on the television, they tell you black people are important. You go to school, they teach you 12 years of white history, that white people are slave owners and black people are slaves, and that they're somehow less than human. So black people are that area of society that's not really cared about. They're isolated from, you know, other parts of society, and they're just filled with illegal enterprise. There's this whole idea that the only thing a black person can be is a drug dealer or a gangster or some sort of dumb shit, because that's all you see on television. And then when you actually get to a black neighborhood, all you see is poverty and hate and destruction. So if you don't know this yet, black people are the test group for what will happen to you in the future. For example, it's okay to kick in a black person's door, tell him to get on the ground, yell at his family, shoot at his dog, smack his mom around, and drag their kids off to jail. That's just fine, because they're going to gauge you to see what you think about this and whether or not they can do this to you in the future. You can trust me on this, because I'm black and I know better. Another good example of an area of society no one cares about is gay people. They were, you know, the first ones to get AIDS. They were kind of the test group. You know, all of a sudden, bam, gay people got AIDS. You know, they're part of society that no one cares about. No one cared about gay people. No one cared about them having AIDS. They called it the gay flu. And they made fun of them and they said, this is God's punishment for you getting AIDS. Well, after motherfuckers were done testing AIDS on gay people, this shit got to everyone else. Because they're just a test group. You don't care about them. So they can gauge the situation to see if this can be used on you. So therefore, the things that happen to black people now are the things that will happen to you in the future. 20 or so years ago, black children were being rounded up and attacked and arrested and whatever. Nowadays, you turn on the television, you see white kids being rounded up and attacked and assaulted and thrown in jail. It's just how it is here in America. And if you don't stand up for it and do something, that's your future. And trust me, I'm black. I know that. So, like I said before, if you need help, all you need to do is ask. You ever wonder why Cops was the #1 show in America? Because no one gave a fuck. They saw things in the black community happen and they just didn't care. Because, you know, to most Americans, black people are important. That part of society isn't important. It's been programmed for people to think that all black people are criminals. That these things are happening to them because they deserve it. That cops are kicking in their doors and arresting them because they're all drug dealers. Well, let me tell you that we're not all drug dealers. I don't want to sound arrogant when I say this, but there's a good chance I'm smarter than you. And most of the time when I walk in the room, I'm the smartest person there. I also tend to be the strongest person there because I'm kind of a monster. What I mean by that is, I kind of overdo things and I take shit a bit too far. I tend to push things a little bit, and I don't have the same respect for life that you may have or may not have, whatever. I tend to be real quick, pretty smart. It's hard for me to hold conversations with stupid motherfuckers because I know a lot, and that kind of affects my, you know, interactions with different people. Kind of why I'm antisocial, but hey, no one's perfect. So yeah, next time you're watching television and you see the shit being told to you that all black people are gangsters and that you shouldn't care about them, and that they're not important, and that they're all criminals, and that they deserve the abuse that is happening to them, and that it's happening right on your television, don't fucking laugh. Pay attention. Get up and do something. Because the things that happen to black people today will happen to everyone tomorrow in America. Because black people are the test group. Hell, the parts of society that no one cares about are always a test group. In any society. You know why Hitler was able to attack all of Europe? Because nobody did shit when he attacked the Jews in his own backyard. If you need help, all you need to do is ask. And trust me, I'm black. I know better.